Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to The Tilt, a Fiasco podcast. Today on the show, we'll be listening to Act 2 of the East End Crime playset we started on Wednesday. If you haven't already listened to Act 1, you might want to go back and do that, just so you'll know who all the characters are and where we are in the story. You can find Act 1 on iTunes or on drbobmedia.com. If you find us on iTunes, while you're there, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review and include in the body of the review a character name you'd like us to use on a future episode. And now, without any further ado, lean forward, tense up, and get ready for Part 2 of Cincinatti Brown. Let's play Fiasco.
Here's our elements today from the soft tilt table in the Fiasco Companion. Our first tilt element is a quotable, a quote that needs to be said. I swear to God, I have no idea what happened. And second of all, our other tilt element is the deception. A joke takes on a life of its own. This is your good buddy, Buck Narwhal, giving you the elements to the tilt.
All right. So, Kip the Snip is he's resolved, and we're moving ahead to the day of the protest outside the fucking jewelry shop, and he's got the range pistol from Muggles, and he's got his bandana and his hoodie so he blends in with the protesters. And he's going to burst into the fucking jewelry shop, right? And it's not going to go fucking well for him.
All right, you bougie motherfuckers. Yeah, we're here in force representing the workers of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, fucking UK.
Yes. Socialism forever.
Free Mumia. And death to the pigs.
We will be paraded around like no fucking animals from a George Orwell novel. I will bow down to no such pigs.
Yeah, 2 legs, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about with 2 legs.
The fucking animals.
I know we're talking about Animal Farm. We're all right. I just wanted to make it. Never mind, guys.
Sorry,
it's
my
fine.
bad.
No, I'm just saying. Kentucky.
Right.
Yeah, fucking throw a fucking Molotov.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
First, I'd like to welcome a very special guest to the stage to give us a speech. I would like to welcome the PhD of politics from the University of Cambridge, Miss Susie Smurfton. Would you please come to the microphone right now?
Yeah,
Deliver us a rousing speech to rouse the proletariat to action
We're not worthy.
against the vile forces of capitalisms. Go ahead. Susie? Was that your name?
Susie.
Susie Smurfton?
Susie.
Smith.
Listen to that accent.
Show us our tits.
Yeah, they are the people's.
They are the people's tits.
To each their due.
It's terrible.
And no more.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad we're all gathered here today. I'm glad everyone is very well armed.
Of course.
Well, we need
torches
weaponry to violently overthrow the machinery of the state so that we can build a new utopian society. Is that correct, Miss Smurfton? I'm sorry, Dr. Smurfton.
Yeah, Dr. fucking Smurfton.
Every
Not
house
Nurse
with a
Smurfton.
gun. A gun for every house. Landmines in the streets.
love Nurse Susie.
We're here to take a stand against horrific capitalism and the exploitation of the working man that are represented here with these blood diamonds here on this jewelry shop.
Display. Fuck the jeweler.
And just for clarification, that is shop with 2 P's and an E.
2 P's and an E.
Yeah,
fuck
pull
you think
the
you
on
are?
the fucking end.
This is Britain after all, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yes. Yes.
It almost sounds like it.
Who here came from a working family? Who here has been pissed on by the higher? Who here has been beaten by a bobby? Who here has not had their fair dues? Who here?
I paid a lady to piss on me once.
I like being pissed on. That's all right.
Ain't nothing wrong with a golden shower every once in a while. What?
But everything else.
Yeah.
Who is here for their fair share?
I think it's a
that's
beautiful
alright,
thing
that's
what you're
alright.
doing out there, doctors.
I'd like a
Smurfton.
tiny bit more than my fair share, if that's all right.
I'm proper chuffed right now. We're
Who's-
talking about that.
Who's here to take back what is theirs?
Yeah! And a little bit of his too.
Yeah!
I just came to get my coat back from Nigel. Nigel, where's my
Oh, I
coat?
told you I don't have your
No,
fucking
Nigel,
coat, man.
I need my coat. Nigel.
Gentlemen, what are we here for?
It's our coat.
I'm here for my coat from Nigel.
It's
Excuse me,
our
sir.
coat.
I have your coat. It's right here.
Oh
I'm sorry. I
my
apologize.
God.
It was the mix-up over at the Friars Club. I'm sorry.
Meat is murder! That's a coat made out of meat.
We are here for what is ours, and we are here to take it.
Let's take it. Oi!
Vengeance is ours, gentlemen. Let us take what is ours. Somebody smash a window.
Yeah, throw a fucking Molotov!
Smash, and the chaos begins.
All right, guys. I'm just saying right now. I got to get back into my voice for Buck.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
right.
okay that she quoted the Bible. Religion is the opiate of the masses, but vengeance is ours. Oh God, I almost spilled my
Vengeance
beer.
is ours.
Molotov cocktails explode into the air. Dust bins are turned over. Hooliganism reigns supreme.
Alarms are going up.
And
Guys, is this a protest or a football match?
Dogs
the
are
mi-
barking.
And in the middle of all the
Children
Why
chaos,
can't it be
Crying.
both?
Birds are falling from the sky. It's a whole
Kip
thing.
the Snip quietly sneaks into the jeweler's shop with his target pistol in his pocket and walks up to the counter. Oi, come here, you fucker.
Oh, excuse me, sir. What can I do for you today?
You can give me all the fucking money in the till, right? Give me all the fucking money in the till.
I do not know what you mean. We have no. This is a diamond store.
Well, give me all the fucking diamonds then. You fucking French fuck.
Oh, but of course. Which ones would you like to start with?
Fucking all of them. Put them in this fucking sack, you fucking cunt.
Would you like the sapphires?
Put
or
all the fucking diamonds in the fucking sack. Don't touch that fuck. I saw your hand. Don't touch that fucking alarm, right?
Oh, I would not dream of it, sir. I would not dream of it.
Here,
Boss, why does man have gun in store?
you get the fuck down on the floor. Get down on the floor. Put your face on the fucking floor. Put your face on the fucking floor.
All right, face on floor, face on floor.
Wait, do you want me to put? Yeah.
You don't put your face on the floor. I want that fucking rusky bastard to put his face on the fucking floor. And I want you to fill this sack with fucking jewels and gold and whatever the fucking money and whatever the fuck you got back there.
Oh, but of course.
Comrade, I am but working man like you.
Well, then get out there and throw a fucking Molotov. What are you doing for this fucking wanker?
Do you have spare Molotov for me?
There's one outside. Go fucking get it.
Can I get face off floor now?
If you go out and get a fucking Molotov and fucking show these fucking capitalist pigs who fucking get the fuck out of here.
The revolution is ours.
Do svidania, pierogi.
Now fill
Oh,
up this.
look, sorry.
Who called the fucking cops?
Oh, I swear, sir, it was not me. I would never dream to do such a thing.
Oh, if I had
Yeah, of
fucking
course.
ammunition,
I've-
you'd have a hole in your fucking French head right now.
All right, we're not allowed to have guns, but I'm will need you all to orderly line up so we can load you in the van.
Fuck! Fill this fucking sack, you...
I'm looking at you.
Fuck him! Such a smack right now.
The man has showed up. Everyone. Oh wait, no. Run!
Kip runs for it out the...
Chase it. It's the cops. It's the fuzz.
It's the fuzz.
Yeah.
He runs out the fucking broken window of the jewelry shop and down the street, cursing under his breath and above his breath and loud as fuck the whole way down the street.
All right, so Buck Narwhal has chosen to establish. He is at the kebab and the calculator. He is darting his eyes around in his corner booth rapidly. He is eating some chicken wings because they still serve those in the UK, but he's not eating chicken wings normally. He's so nervous he is literally crunching the bones in half and swallowing them. He's so scared right now.
He has reverted to a primal state.
He is a Cro-Magnon man right now. And he has called his handler from the police, Stanford Pembrokeshire Grendel, detective, MD. Not really MD, but that's what you say after things because it's funny. Esquire ad hoc at large. And it is decidedly bad for me.
Buck.
Oh my God.
What are you eating, dear boy?
I'm eating chicken wings. I'm freaking out, man. You got to pull me out. I'm getting too close. Did you see that riot today?
Well, yes, that was all part of the plan. I mean, the men came in exactly
Your
as they were
son
supposed
knocked
to.
over a jewelry store.
No, I don't think he did. I think he may have tried.
In the chaos, I didn't see what had happened.
Don't
I
worry.
swear to God, I have no idea what happened.
Don't worry, I saw it all.
You gotta, I think, I get the feeling that everyone is on to me right now. You gotta pull me out.
Buck, let me explain to you something. You came to me and you said, my son, my unfortunate progeny.
That is a real fancy pants. Are
Was-
you masturbating under that table right now?
was asking you to move your protest in front of that particular jeweler's shop.
And where the fuck were you, motherfucker?
Who do you think the man with the delightful French accent behind the counter was working for? Do you think I would really get that piece of information and allow that kind of thing to go down? As you say in Kentucky.
Well, toss my fucking biscuits, sir.
Would you like a Jaffa cake? Is that what you're asking? I don't understand. I have a tin of them here.
Why do you guys keep things in tins? Is this like a Mother's Day present? What is
Keep
this?
them fresh, of course.
That's aluminum.
Aluminium, dear boy.
I think you think they're
Right down the middle.
I know. I'm just like, here's a slow pitch for you.
Thank you.
I think you motherfuckers think there's an extra eye in that shit where there isn't.
Well, that's his maybe.
What's his what?
I said that's his maybe. The real question is,
No, that's my maybe. Never mind. It's a funny thing I said to myself. I'm chuckling on the inside, but I'm terrified right now. We need to get me out of this.
and I myself am chuckling on the inside.
Oh, that's cool.
probably for different reasons.
So, can I tell you something? You're not going to like it. We already established this whole rapport of conversation, so you're going
course,
to be
yes.
fine with it. All right, here's the thing. The subject of our investigation has ordered me to give you a dirt blanket. Her words, not mine.
A dirt
It's
blanket.
it's a clumsy analogy. I
Is
will
that a
not
colonial
argue.
colloquialism?
You know what?
A colonialism, if you will?
If I could be perfectly frank with you,
I
that
thought your
shit
name
would
was Buck. I'm sorry, that was horrible. I never said that.
if I could
Yes,
be
please do.
If I could be perfectly honest,
Please
Abe,
do.
with you right now, That shit would sound stupid in the States too. I don't know. I mean, I understand.
It's
It's
a
the whole
dirt
like
blanket.
dirt
It's
blanket. Like if you just
horrible.
tuck it up under his chin or something, like you're just burying
It's
him but his
awful.
face. Yeah. What am I gonna do? Put a dirt pillow underneath him? That sounds stupid.
At least a soil duvet.
Sir, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this once. I like the cut of your jib.
Thank you, dear boy. Now listen, what is it you're so concerned about? Now you say that Dame Mary Jane has sent you to eliminate me?
Here's
Is that
the
what
thing.
you're saying?
I can get no deeper in the Dame Mary Jane unless I murder you. So we need to arrange a murder if you catch my meaning.
Well, we do find ourselves on a horn of a dilemma, don't we?
Is that some sex talk?
If you like.
All right, I'm looking more at like a murder she wrote sort of thing here. So if we could keep it from like what is it? Oh shit. NCIS. Nope, no, it's not the one. Law and Order SVU. If we could keep it away from the SVU, that'd be
Oh,
nice.
please, yes.
Yes, thank you. All right, thank you kindly.
Yes.
That's a good way to live your life.
Man,
Stay away from all that SUV.
I said like 8 uhs before I finally pulled one of the most popular television shows that our dumb country
Well,
watches.
It's all right. I do not enjoy
You
the work
idiots
of
enjoy
ice and
Faulty
tea.
Towers. What are we talking about right now?
Now you watch your mouth, young man.
Yeah, go back to your upstairs, downstairs, you dumb son of a bitch.
Don't mention the war.
I mean, you know.
All right, so what do you propose, Buck? How do you propose we deal with this situation?
Here's what's gonna needs happen. I'm gonna need to kill you fakely. We're gonna stage your death. It's gonna work me deeper into the organization. Just kind of, wiggle it up in there. And then, that didn't work. That thing that I just said, just scratch that. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to fake your murder.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to get deeper undercover inside the organization. Trust is going to grow.
Uh-huh.
And I can deliver all the things you need me to deliver.
Interesting. Well, let me think about that, and I'll put some of my men on it. And,
So you're just going to leave me swinging in the breeze here?
for the time being, yes, we need you
My
to
dick
stay.
is in the wind, sir. Do you not understand that?
Well, then, perhaps you need a new pair of Y-fronts. Look, for the time being, until we figure out exactly how to pull off your little scheme, I'm going to need you to stay right where you are. Do you understand?
Do you know where I am is? I'm in this bitch so deep, I don't know where I start and she starts.
I believe you had a few too many articles in that sentence. But that's all right. I know one of your PhDs is not in English. It's all right. Don't worry about it. I know
I
you're-
think that was pretty legit, actually. The thing that I just said, I parsed it again in my brain. It worked.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You do have a master's in English. Not literature.
You damn right. And I got an associate's in psychology. What you gonna do with me?
Oh, yes. University of Phoenix. Anyway. Look, I just need you to maintain the status quo for a few more fortnights.
Motherfucker, I don't know what a fortnight is.
No.
Is that what, 14 days, 20 days?
I didn't mean to say a few more fortnights. Another fortnight.
Oh, okay. I can get on that.
I've had a couple of pints today. It's been a trying time.
Well, that's what we're doing right here at the calculus and catalogs.
It's very close.
Kebab and calculators. Sorry, my bad.
Very close.
These
Anyway.
pints are good.
Yes, it's a fine bitter.
That is not a bitter, sir. That is maybe an ale.
I beg your pardon, sir. That is an English bitter. I'm drinking an English bitter. I don't know what you're drinking. What does that say? Pabst?
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Disgusting. All right. I just need you to...
So are your biscuits, you ignorant fuck.
You know, I was very concerned when you brought this up before, so I looked it up. I think I see what's happening here.
What we call a biscuit is what you would call a cookie.
I refuse to believe that. Sir, you are an idiot. You might as well tell me space aliens control your brain through your butthole. Are you behind the Kennedy assassination too? Because you might as well just go ahead and go with that.
Well, MI6 did... I can't get into that right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, super great.
But,
Tell me about the reptilians that sit on your throne right now, sir.
listen, Buck,
I've seen the Alfa Romeo logo. I know what reptilians are, sir.
I know you're panicking right now.
Your queen blinks sideways.
Look, could we get another order of, what was it, chicken wings? Could we get another order of chicken wings, please? And could I have a bangers and mash? I know you're worried right now, but don't worry, we are always watching.
Sir,
We will not let any harm come to you.
I report to handlers higher than you, and I will report to them.
Very well, but I know who you're talking about, and I feel they will give you the same answer. We need you to stay where you are until we can figure out
Sir,
a way to get around this particular assignment you've been given.
Sir, I do not particularly feel supported in this operation right now. And if I need to go to Inspector Detective Patty O'Lawman, I will.
Well, O'Lawman is a good man, and we are in constant communication. And I assure you that his answer will be the same. We need you to stay where you are for the safety of the mission.
And I assure you, you are full of horse shit, sir.
No.
Sir, I feel like we have been sitting in this bar for a super long time.
Yes.
Here's the thing I'm going to tell you right now. Help me. Help me do my job. Help me help you. Don't just leave me dangling in the wind.
Buck, I'm trying to help you, and I'm telling you that the best way that I can help you right now is for you to stay right where you are and not raise any suspicion.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to hang you out to dry once Inspector Detective Patty O'Lawman gets wind of how this operation is being run, sir.
I will contact Inspector O'Lawman myself.
My Kentucky Colonel application is in right now, and when I get that, watch your ass, sir, because I will have the entire... Oh, my God. I will have... My phone is going nuts right now. I'll have the entire Kentucky State Militia on you, sir.
Well, I have two things to say to that.
Of course you do.
The Kentucky State Militia has no jurisdiction here. And secondly, when you return to Kentucky, we will all be better off. But for now, please, do as I say and stay where you are. And we will work through this, Buck. Together, Mr. Narwhal, we will get through this.
Perhaps you are not familiar with the amphibious assault force of the Kentucky SEALs, sir.
No, I must admit, I am not.
I know. That's how they like it.
However, I did minor in geography at Oxford, and I believe Kentucky is landlocked.
We got swimming pools, you dumb bitch. What are you talking about?
Very well, fair enough. Fair play to you, sir. But please, stay where you are, and we will be in touch within a fortnight. Do you understand?
That's fine. I'm paying for your tab because you're a bitch.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Yeah!
I believe the expression is nailed it.
All right, so this is Dame Mary Jane establishing. It's going to start with Buck coming into my office, and in an attempt to endear himself to me, he's just trying to talk to me as to why I want to get rid of Stanford so badly, and then I'll go into that from there. So, Buck walking into my office.
Well, hey. Hey there, DMJ. How you doing?
Buck, what news do you have for me?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't kill that man.
He is still just a man. I really don't see the problem.
Well, no, I'm not saying like he's some invisible Superman or something. Because like an invisible Superman would be the hardest thing to kill if you think about it.
I'd really rather not think about it. I'd really rather hear
Well,
why
no,
this,
just
why
take
this
a
job
second.
isn't done. I
Just
want to know
take
why this job
a
isn't
second
done.
and think about what an invisible Superman would be like to try and kill. I mean, because the thing
I'm
is
thinking.
like he's like Superman, right? So he's like
Right.
bulletproof. He's got laser eyes
Right.
and like he can fly and shit.
Right.
But then he is also invisible, so you don't know where those laser eyes are coming from.
It does
And
make-
you try and shoot him with your bullets, and even if you are lucky enough to hit his invisible ass, they bounce right the fuck off him.
Buck, why are you in my office right now if it's not to give me news?
I'm about to give you a startling revelation. And I want you to take a deep breath and realize that what I'm saying is from love and respect for you.
Don't talk to me about love, Buck.
Oh, really?
Really.
Why shouldn't I talk to you about love, milady?
Buck, why don't you have a seat and I'm going to pour you a glass and we're going to have a talk. You are someone who clearly wants to be involved in this organization. So I always think it's good for my men to know why I'm looking for what I'm looking for. Motivation moves everyone, correct?
Wait, did you just say I'm your man?
Sure.
Well, I do love a story time. Why don't you go ahead and hit me with that shit?
All right, picture it. So let's say it's probably about
Oh, I got it. 1994?
21 years ago?
I don't know.
Yes. Okay, yes. 21 years ago.
I knew it. I knew it all along. Oh, man, look at all these hearts coming up.
21 years ago when I first moved to this country, I felt I had found the love of my life.
Flashback to Mary.
Stanford, how are you, darling?
I'm wonderful. What have you been doing today?
Oh, my usual growing, laying about town. I do love gardening.
Indeed. And those cucumbers you brought in from the garden the other day were absolutely wonderful. I made sandwiches of them.
I'm hoping you wash them. Anyway, Stanford, Stanford, my real question to you is about that. I heard through my sources that you had a child recently. According to the birth records that I just happened to stumble upon, you are listed as the father to one drunk Irish whore. Do you have anything to tell me about that?
Well, Mary, when we met, you knew that I had just gotten out of a terrible relationship.
You didn't say relationship. You said brutal gangbang in the back of a pub. You didn't say anything about a relationship.
Well, you haven't been here that long. You don't understand some of our colloquialisms.
Dogging.
Shocked and appalled. I'm just shocked and appalled over here.
You see, here's what happened. I was, as of only a few months ago, married. And, well, she had a child, and she claimed when the child was born that it was not, in fact, mine. We had a horrible argument, a horrible fight, and the upshot of which was that we ended up in a messy divorce. So you could say you caught me on the rebound, as you say in the States. And I'm terribly sorry that I didn't tell you all about this, but in order to keep my upper lip stiff, I had to keep this all hidden from you, you understand?
You hid a child from me. That's an entire life that you hid from me. Why would you think I would be okay with that? Why would you think I would travel across the pond, as you call it, just for you to father someone else's child? How do you think that makes me feel?
I understand, Mary, that you're very upset, but do you understand that I'm trying to leave that life behind now?
And now you're trying to be a deadbeat father?
I'm sorry, I've had several pints.
So on top of being a piss poor lover, you also want to be a piss poor father as well? I keep slipping into an accent. I don't mean to.
Well, What are you saying to me?
I'm saying that our time together has been. I'm saying that our time together has been a waste. I'm saying that for all my love I have for you, I can't sit here and take someone's father away from them. And I just feel that this is going to be the last time I see you. I'm going to go home.
No, Mary.
I'm going to go home.
No, Mary,
I'm
please.
going to go home. Home is where I belong. At least there the men are honest pieces of shit.
Mary, no,
They don't
please.
hide it.
Please, Mary.
No, there's no conversation left to be had. There's nothing left to be said. You made your decision when you signed that birth certificate.
Very well, Mary. I understand. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Fade out to where you and I are talking. So you see, Buck. Vengeance has become my life goal. I've had 21 years to fester and obsess and be trapped in this terrible island.
Well, holy shit. I don't even know what to think about any of that.
You don't have to think about it. You just have to help me.
So, I mean, I guess the question is, do you even care what I have to say to you? Because that's some heavy ass shit you just dropped on me.
Trying to think how to take that. I just want you to understand my motivation and my need for comfort at this point.
Well, I can comfort you if that's what you're into.
That is most certainly what I'm into. It's been years since I've been close with a fellow American.
Ma'am, I don't know how to say bow chicka bow bow in the UK parlance, but bow chicka bow bow. Also, I'm an undercover police officer, and he's my handler. But I don't like him anymore because he's kind of an uppity fuck. So I'm fully ass willing to come on your side. So if you want me to actually murder his ass, we can probably figure out a way to happen. But we need to do it at your pig farm.
Buck, you've laid a lot of information on me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not want to fuck anymore?
You know what? Let's fuck and then we'll talk about the plan. How about that?
Well, Nation.
Tommy Muggles O'Sullivan is heading to the kebab and calculator office of Dame Mary Jane. I don't know. Let's say it's Monday morning the next week after I'm supposed to get all this stuff. Whatever, if that's the timeline we're following. All right, so I got poor. It's going to be bad. It's not going to work out well. It's been a rough round for everyone here on the tilt. Let's see how it ends. All right, so Dame Jane, we got a little spot of bother with that deal we had earlier.
Well, Muggles.
Smackerel of honey.
Well, Muggles, you're about a day late to my office right now. So not only is your employment in jeopardy at this point, but basically your standing in this entire city is in my hands right now. So please tell me what you came here to tell me.
It's quite a story, Dame Jane. I swear. I don't. It started. Do you know a man named Buck Narwhal? Word around town is that Buck Narwhal was one of the finest people around in the village, I suppose. Excuse me, in the village, to procure some of the quality ganja. So, my brother Kip, the fucking Protestant bastard, you're well aware of Kip.
I am.
Yeah, fucking Protestant asshole.
Yes, I know, Kip.
Came to me and wanted one pound. English.
You're telling me a story I've already heard. Get to the part that interests me.
Right. Excuse me, I apologize. Anyway, Kip was supposed to rob a jewelry store, turn over little corner street, whatever, during a protest for some cockamamie Soviet whatever bullshit proletariat riot as a front. And
as an American, I'm not impressed by the Russians, but continue.
Right, well, neither are we. That's why, did you see the Winter Olympics? No one was impressed by the Russians. Anyway, Kip was supposed to rob the jewelry store and turn over the profits to give to me to buy the pound of marijuana from this buck narwhal in this very establishment, and well, frankly, it just didn't come together.
Wait a minute. Why were you buying a pound of marijuana from Buck? You came to me looking to purchase it from me. Are you telling me you were attempting to double dip here, Muggles?
Oh, I figured.
I feel like maybe you should have rehearsed your story a bit more before you walked into my office with that dumb look on your face.
Yeah, wow, that's fair. That's fair, I suppose. But
And yet here we are.
yeah, here we are.
Here we
are. You know, I figured, all fun and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Might as well go for a big gamble every once in a while. And this one turned out rather poorly for myself.
It's turning out increasingly
Yeah,
poorly.
yeah.
It's somehow getting worse as each second passes because I'm getting more and more annoyed with you as time passes. So you don't have money for me, nor do you have money for the person you were trying to undermine me with. And you somehow felt it was a good need to come tell me this at all?
Well, actually, yes, that's the way it's going to go down. I'm afraid I have just...
Muggles, have you been
yes.
drinking?
Pretty consistently since I found out this fucking whole plan went south of the fucking border. To use the parlance of the Americans.
Well, so have I. So
of the
cheers.
land of the land of your... Yeah.
Yes. Well, can you still get a hold of Kip?
I suppose, yeah. I could say we fronted the money, and now I've got the marijuana that he can pick up and buy from me.
Yes, Muggles, see? And you thought you came in here with nothing. You're feeding me things I want to hear. Yes, good. So, how about this? Do you want to stay in my organization?
Of course.
Do you
I got
want?
no,
Do you
I got
want
no
to?
place else to go.
Do you want to be a shining member of this community?
Of course. I love Lincolnshire. I've been born and raised fucking local FC. Calvary United forever.
Good. If you would like to stay in my organization and stay as my right-hand man, because I've thought very well of you until now, and while this is your first fuck-up, it is a big one. But I like to think I'm fair, and I like to think I can give you another chance. I need you to bring Kip to the pig farm, and I need you to have him there waiting for me. And it would be best if he was immobile when I find him. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think I'm picking up what you're laying down, dame.
Good.
I figure I'll just get him 3 sheets to the wind drunk. He'll pass out in the pig pasture. We won't have to worry about a thing.
Muggles. I
Dame
love you.
Jane, I realize this was a rather unfortunate turn of events, but I feel with any luck we can turn it in our favor, perhaps.
Yes. You know, Muggles, I've always kind of thought of you as a son. I have. You're a young man working his way up, doing very well. Have that for me tomorrow night. Text me and let me know when the bacon is in the pan.
Text you on your mobile.
On my mobile,
On your
letting me
mobile,
know,
yeah.
letting me know when the bacon is in the
right,
pan, and I
yeah.
will meet you there.
All right. Well, Dame Jane, I'm going to go sober up and
I
meet
think
up
that
with
would be
that
best.
fucking Protestant fucking asshole brother of mine. Yeah. He says with deep content. And things will be right as rain by Thursday afternoon.
Thank you, Muggles. Get the fuck out of my office.
All right, so Kip is going to go to his girlfriend Georgina and break the news to her that he couldn't get the pound of weed she wanted him to get because things went pear-shaped. And it's not going to go well for him. Oi, Georgina!
Oi, what's up, mate?
Look, I'm sorry, love. I couldn't get the money. I couldn't get the money for the fucking ganja.
You couldn't get the money for the fucking ganja?
Right, I couldn't get it. I'm sorry. I swear to God, I have no idea what happened.
Wait, I decided I'm Scottish.
Well, yeah, that's why I fell.
Faith in Begora.
That's why I fell. That's why I
Top of the
fell.
morning.
That's why I fell in.
Patio furniture.
That's why I fell in love with you, because you can't decide what part of the aisles you're from.
But I'm gonna have your baby.
Look, I told you I'd get the money, get the fucking weed, but I couldn't get it, so I'm very sorry.
Remember when you said you would love me forever?
Yeah, I'm
When
not,
we were listening to that hot Eminem track?
yeah, I mainly told you that because, well, I wanted to get in your knickers.
And I didn't let you do that.
No, you made me wait.
I know, I just blew you.
Yeah, well, that was all right.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was
I didn't
okay.
mind. I didn't mind that so much. But listen, I'm really sorry. I didn't get the money, and I don't know what to do now.
Well, you're a proper twat, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose I am a bit of a twat.
Is Vegemite a thing we like here or no?
No, that's down in the fucking
Alright, I
prison
get
colony.
confused since the brain injury.
Yeah, that's why I feel really bad. I couldn't get you your fucking weed for your medicinal purposes and so forth.
No, I get nausea and tremors.
Yeah, I know, and that's the only thing that helps.
And my spells. Yeah, I get my spells every once in a while.
Your spells are really horrible. I gotta tell you.
I've proper murdered 6 fucks since I got my spells. I'm so glad you hid the bodies.
Yeah, well, you know,
Faith in Begora, right?
yeah, something like that.
My name is it Dolores or something?
It's Georgina non sequitur.
Thank you. I'm proper chuffed to be here.
So, I mean, I don't know what to do now. I mean, I think I've made some people angry. I tried to get the jewelry store, like we talked about, and I talked to that American bloke, Buck. He's just a mate. And we're not shagging or anything, I promise. I know you're...
Oh, no, neither are we.
Well, not anymore, no. Since you started having your fits. Things have gone a bit dry in that department.
What? Oh, yes, you're talking about me and you. Oh, right.
Well, I was mainly
Right.
talking about you. But I don't know. I'm gonna come up with something now, I swear. I'll get the money and I'll get you weed. I just don't want you to lose respect for me.
Oh, no, you're kind of a layabout. A proper scalawag.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
You have barnacles on your mizzen mast.
I don't know what that means, but
Yeah, I grew up as a pirate. So I use nautical phrasing sometimes.
yeah, I grew up kind of poor, so I never got
Faith
on a
in
boat.
Begora.
Is that nautical then? Is it?
No, I just have a head wound.
Yeah. Oh. Tell you what, let me change your dressing and we'll talk about this again.
That's fine. Can you move? Can you just jostle the railroad spike in my cranium? I feel like it's touching my math senses. And so
Yeah.
my maths are weird. Because here's the thing. I feel like an isosceles triangle is actually 2 triangles on top of each other in a circular pattern.
Georgina,
Tell me about it.
sometimes when I look at you while you're sleeping, I feel like maybe you're like a joke that's taken on a life of its own.
Well, let me tell you something. I went to our local diner. Is that what we called it here? A diner?
All right.
Yeah, and I ordered some biscuits and gravy.
Why would you do that, Georgina? That's disgusting.
I don't know. I have a sickness in my brain.
You haven't become any better with a knife lately, have you?
Well, I have a certain set of skills.
All right, well, I've got to be honest with you because I always am. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
What the fuck?
I'm
What
just
the fuck?
I'm just going to change your dressing, and I'll jiggle the spike just one time because I know how you like it.
Just do it.
And
Just
then-
do it right now.
All right.
You got it real deep that time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go out, right? And
That was so good. I swear to God, I have no idea what happened.
So I'm going to go out right now.
What's your name? Are you Abraham Lincoln?
If you like, Georgie. If you like. I'm going to get you your weed.
Can we just hold hands for a moment?
Yeah, that's not my hand. All right, that's it. That's it.
I thought I grabbed your thumb.
Yeah, well, that was my pinky, but it's all right.
Hey y'all, it's your good buddy Buck Narwhal. I'm still chilling here in the UK. I'm try and make everything right, and by make everything right, I'm gonna murder that patronizing fuck of a detective. Detective Stanford, Pemberton, Pembuckle, whatever his fucking name is. Pembrokeshire, Stanford, Pembrokeshire, Grendel. So I'm going to lure him out to this here pig farm. Because I know about pig farms because I'm from Kentucky, the state capital of Kentucky Port. It's a whole hog farm. Oh, I like that it's the whole hog farm because you go whole hog on these hogs. Squee! All right, so I'm gonna lure him out here to have us a little talk about some things, and maybe my Bowie knife will be involved. All right, so we have decided that the scene will go good. It will end well for Buck Narwhal. Well, Detective Grimble,
Yes, Agent Narwhal.
I'm an agent now.
Yes, of course.
Oh, really? I'm just fucking with you. It's fine.
Have you been drinking your Kentucky whiskey bourbon?
You bet your fucking life on it. All right, so here's the deal. I brought you out here because we need to, you and me, have a talk about some things.
Wait a second. This is my mother-in-law's pig farm.
Pardon me, sir. I almost spit-taked all over everything.
I understand. Yes, as did I. What if you
Wait,
brought
so
me...
you didn't realize when I gave you the directions to here that this was your mother-in-law's pig farm?
Well, you drove. I mean... I
But you
wasn't
didn't-
really
it
paying
just-
attention.
It just now occurred to you?
I was updating my mobile.
Oh, I fucking hate that word here. I hate that word so much when people are like, oh, I'm a proper tweet him on the mobiles. And I'm like, ugh. Ugh.
Yes, I've noticed you're very often like, ugh.
I mean, to borrow from your parlance, could you act any more a proper twat right now? You being a proper twat, sir? Because I believe you are.
Fair enough.
Have you seen the hogs here? Of course you have. Apparently it's
Yes,
your
it's
goddamn
my
mother-in-law's
hog
place.
farm, yes.
So these are some fat-ass pigs, are they not?
Yes, why have you brought me here, Buck?
In Kentucky,
Minster.
in Kentucky, we used to call them Virginia squealers.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
No. Here's the thing, because it's a little funny. It's a little ha-ha. Because if you're from Virginia, you fuck pigs. Which is why we call them Virginia squealers.
We have the same attitude about the Scottish.
Oh, well, let me be honest with you right now.
Please do.
Detective PhD Grindle. I'm sad I brought you out here because every once in a while I really like you. But I feel like a pig farm.
Against my better judgment, I like you too, Buck.
Oh, well, shit.
I just got to say, everyone in Virginia and Scotland was like, fuck you guys. I'm out.
Come at me, bro. I'm just kidding. Don't come at me. I'm actually very conflict averse as a human being. So the thing is, Detective Grindle, I wanted us to just have a meeting of the minds out
Of
here.
course.
amongst the pig shit in the slop trough.
Yes.
And I was wondering if we could step inside the barn right quick to have that there meeting of the minds.
Ah, good idea. Yes, we wouldn't want any prying eyes or ears.
No, definitely not.
Yes.
So
And I've just remembered, I know where my mother-in-law keeps her Irish whiskey stash in the barn.
oh, well, great. Why don't we wander on in there? Because I'm obviously Irish, right?
Well, after a fashion.
All right, then.
I mean that you're drunk.
Oh, casual racism. We're real familiar with that in Kentucky.
Absolutely, yes.
Sick, bro. All right, let's go find us this stash of whiskey.
Yes.
Do I need to close my eyes and count to 10, or are you gonna trust me with the locale of this here hooch?
If you like to close your eyes and count to 10, please feel free. But
Are you gonna jerk me off while my eyes are closed, or no?
no,
Well, that's
I
good
shouldn't think
because
so.
we're just mates. We're not shagging after all.
No, obviously.
All right, great.
I
So-
wouldn't call us mates, but perhaps work acquaintances.
Oh, okay. I see how it was. Go ahead, get your hooch.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
Where is it at? Describe that locale.
Just
to
right
me.
here under the
So you
manger.
gotta, you gotta bend over to get to it.
Yep. Let me just lean
Let me
over
just
here. Let me move this.
Like a stuck fucking pig. You goddamn cheese eater. I don't know. The British eat cheese.
This is Dame Mary Jane entering the hayloft of the barn on the pig farm to find out that Muggles has in fact followed through and does have a unconscious Kip tied up in the hayloft. But as I walk in, he is starting to come to, and that is where it starts. Muggles, you've really done well by me today. I'm incredibly pleased to see this.
You know, Lady Dame, you ask something, I try. You say jump, I say how high. That's how I try and fucking follow orders.
We're gonna do you. Thank you, Muggles. You have done fantastic. Now, I do need one other thing from you. I need you to take I need you to take my phone here, and I need you to press record. And I just need you to just follow what happens here with Kip and I.
So they're gonna turn into some weird sort of internet blackmail thing, is it, Lady Dame? I'm not.
Muggles, do you think this is the appropriate time to be asking questions?
I'm just saying he is my brother. That is.
And Muggles,
He's me bruv.
And Muggles, I'm also going to ask you, do you really think this is the appropriate time to care about brotherly love?
Oh, I suppose that's fair, Lady Dame.
I'm always fair. Hold the camera and just record. Okay. Kip!
Oh.
Snip! How we doing?
Stop, you fucking cunt!
Snip! Oh!
What the fuck?
Oh, Snip.
Why
how
am I
have you-
fucking bound?
Kip, do you really think this is the time for questions?
What the fuck am... Oh, it's fucking Grandma's pig farm. Fucking Muggles. What the fuck are you doing here?
Kip, don't worry about your brother.
Why am I wrist tied up? Who the fuck are you?
Oh, Kip. I heard that you had a little incident at a jewelry store a couple days ago, and it didn't go the way you were hoping.
Yeah, how'd you hear about that?
You know, I have a lot of connections in this community because I care about it very deeply. So I love Lincolnshire. Kip, let's get back to the story. Kip, why don't you tell me a little bit about your parents? How is that whore mother of yours?
Yeah, that's not very nice.
Hey, she's my mom too.
Muggles!
Get the fuck out of my head off, Muggles.
So are you saying that you don't enjoy your mother, Kip? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, no, that's my mum.
So you do love your mother.
Of course I love my mum.
You know,
You can't talk like that about my mum.
You know, Kip, I've spent the last 21 years trying to figure out the appeal of that Irish cunt, and I just can't find it.
Oh, cool. That's not very nice. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, Snip. Snip, I, oddly enough, am a friend of your father's.
That fucking twat doesn't have any friends.
Not anymore, but you should know that he loves you very, very dearly, even though he doesn't show it. But he definitely chooses you above all else, and that's something that you should remember and take with you to your grave.
Well, I've never seen that. I've never seen any evidence of that sort of behavior. What are you talking about?
Well, Snip, it's a little irrelevant at this point. It really is. It really is. Snip, can you just... You're tied up, right? Your wrists are tied up. All right, Snip, I'm just going to take your hand right here.
Ow!
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. See this pointer finger?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so when these hands were very tiny and little, you clutched your father's fingers so closely. And I always remembered that image. It really stayed with me. And so for that, I'm just gonna take this finger really quick. You won't mind. You won't mind really quick.
Oh, no.
Oh, you fuck! What the fuck, you fucking cunt!
Muggle, yeah, Muggles, can you just put a little hay or something in his mouth really quick? The yelling is just gonna make it really difficult. All right, I'm just gonna take this finger. Here we go. Oh, it is! Oh, my God! Oh, man. Oh, this is nice. I throw the finger on the floor. Oh, Snip, calm down. Calm down. Deep breaths. I need you to calm down. Calm down. I'm going to take this out of your mouth, and you're not going to yell, right? You're just going to talk to me? Okay, I'm going to take this there.
What the fuck? What? Who the fuck are you? I'll do the thing to you.
I am... It doesn't really matter who I am.
Well, it does to me. You've cut off two of my fucking fingers.
Well, from what I can tell, you weren't using them that much. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Muggles, I want to make sure you're getting all this over there. Are you doing all right over there?
All right as rain, lay down.
All right. Could you do me a favor? Could you just hold these fingers for me? I just need you to just hold on to those for me. Don't worry about it. Just hold them. There you go.
Muggles, what are you doing?
You fucked me over, Snip. I set up something for you, and you fell through once more.
I tried. I swear to God, I have no idea what fucking happened.
Well, you know, Snip, you really inherited some of your father's bad traits, which is not following through and letting down those that care the most about you. You let down Muggles, and your father let me down. So I'm just going to stuff this back in your mouth really quick. I'm just going to stuff this back in really quick. Okay, now Muggles, can you do me a favor, babe? Can you just make sure that you get a nice close shot of this? I'm just going to... You know, I never understood why these young people wear earrings like this, so I'm just going to take the whole ear. I was going to rip out the earrings, but I think the whole ear is just going to save me a lot of time. I'm just going to really quick...
That's so stupid! I hate it! This goddamn Wilhelm scream!
Okay, so I almost... Oh, man, you have the thickest cartilage on your ears. I'm gonna have to saw through this. I'm just gonna have to saw through this really slowly. Muggles, you're getting this, right? Okay, and I'm just...
Lady Jane, I must protest. Don't you feel it's a bit harsh what you're doing?
I got it. I got the whole thing. Okay, he's gonna go in and out of consciousness for a minute. Muggles, what were you yelling about?
Don't you think it's a tad harsh what you're doing? Poor Snip here.
What did you think we were here to do, Muggles?
Teach him a lesson or two. Give him a knock upside the head. Not fucking cut his ear off.
Well, that's on the side of his head, so you were close.
But
So I'm sorry, Muggles. It almost sounds like you're arguing with me right now, which just seems like a really weird thing that you would do at this point.
I didn't say anything against what you want to do, Lady Jane. I was just saying we might, well, just fucking let go. Fucking, he ain't nobody.
Well, no, not when I'm done. He's not going to be anybody.
You can't blame the fucking kin for the sins of his father.
I most certainly can.
Muggles.
He's my stepdad. He ain't such a bad guy.
Muggles.
You realize I've been trapped on this hellish island with you weird fucking Brits for 21 years.
Muggles, run.
I am far past my prime at this point. I am trapped here. This is the last source of pleasure I'm going to get. Are you going to take that away from me, Muggles?
Muggles, run. This cunt's fucking crazy.
At this point, I'm getting a little closer to Muggles. The knife is looking a little more menacing. Muggles is kind of dropping the phone a little bit.
Muggles.
I could run from you, Lay J. You can't do anything to me that you wouldn't do to your own self.
Muggles,
Muggles,
that
if
didn't
that
make
was-
any fucking sense. Run, Muggles.
Muggles, if that was
The
some sort
bush is
of
fucking crazy.
Muggles, if that was some sort of British romanticism, it is long lost on me. I can tell you that right now. So
I don't know how you fucking Yanks do it. But we stand by our own here. I ain't leaving Kip, the Skip, Grindle.
No,
He might as well be Kip the Skip O'Sullivan to me.
no, Snip, you won't be leaving his side because I'm going to just Kip, come over here. How do I want to do this?
I'm already
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna slash Muggle's face. I'm just gonna be done with it. Big ol' slash his face. He falls back, and I stab him again twice in each leg, so he can't move.
It's to the bone. It's to the bone.
All right. So actually, this is where I'm gonna take my phone back so I can get a full view of this. Oh my goodness, you guys bleed the same. You may have different fathers, but you still share that whore mother. So, with that, I'm going to tell the both of you. Well, since you guys wanted to be together so badly, at this point, Muggles is struggling, dragging himself to his brother's side. His brother's hunched over, blood is pouring down his side. They're both leaving blood trails everywhere. And as they look at each other longingly to share one last word,
Figures it would happen at Grandma's farm, eh?
I told you I hate coming here. Muggles.
I shove a towel or a rag in Muggle's mouth, and just as I'm doing that, I hear a scream downstairs and quietly peek over the corner, only to realize that that Buck, my apparently newly found lover, killing Stamford, my former lover.
Flashback to Tommy Muggles O'Sullivan. Excuse me, taking Kip the Snip Grindle to. Did we establish the name of the grandma? What was the name of the grandma? Millie. Grandma Millie's pig farm out in Yorkshire to ultimately meet up with Dame Mary Jane. Oh, and it's going poorly. The black chip has been dealt.
All right, Muggles. Now, where the fuck are we going again?
I told you already, Snip, we gotta go up to Granny's farm, fucking take care of the pigs again.
Ah, fuck. I thought we already did that this week. All right.
No, that was last Saturday we did it, remember? It was the leap day.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was the 29th,
It was the English
yeah.
leap day.
Yeah,
for
which
sure.
happens in July. I don't know, fuck. It happens in July because, fucking British across the pond.
It's good that we got a bit of a drive, Muggles, because I want to talk to you about something.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm really sorry that I let you down. That I didn't get that money, I hope you didn't get in any trouble with anybody or anything.
I ain't gonna say I got in any trouble with it. I managed to cover myself pretty well.
Good. Because, I don't like you, but you're still my brother.
I don't like you either.
We got to stick together, right? Family and all that.
We gotta stick together for Mom.
Yeah, for Ma.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though we're only, but only part of our blood's the same.
Right.
We got to stay together for Mum.
Yeah. She ain't doing too well either,
No, she didn't look
Fucking
good
cancer.
this morning at all.
Yeah. Could be, the end pretty soon. But whatever, we'll
Well,
take
that's
our
why I
time.
that's why I wanted to get that pound of weed, right?
Right.
'Cause I
What
thought-
did you want to get that pound of weed for?
Well, I told Georgina it was for her, but I was gonna sell it, and so we could get Mum her operation. But I fucked it all up. I always fuck it up.
You were going to try and front the money for the operation? What do you think I was trying to do working this thing out? I was trying to do the same thing. Turn a profit on that pound of weed. Use the profits. Go help fucking ma'am get that horrible fucking
Yeah, she got
throat
to get that
tumor. Yeah.
lump out of her
removed.
throat.
Yeah.
Because not only will it kill her, but it doesn't look very good, does it?
Oh, it looks like a fucking, what those fucking Yanks call a football. It's like a football right there.
Oh, you mean that sort of flattened down rugby ball?
Right.
Yeah,
those fucking Yanks.
fucking cunts.
I don't know why
Except
they.
for Buck, he's all right.
Wait.
Goddamn right.
Buck.
Yeah, he's my mate. He's just a mate. We're not shagging or anything. But, I wanted to get that money from Mum. I swear to God, I don't know what happened. But it just didn't work out. But, if the two of us put our minds together, I bet we can come up with something.
I suppose, fucking Grendel O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
A force to be reckoned with, they always say. Remember when we were in primary school? Remember that time you in Mrs. Laney's class and I was in Mr. Shanty's, remember?
Yeah, I remember
that?
Yeah.
And you set fire to the fucking primary school dumpster and the whole school got evacuated.
Yeah, that was proper funny. That was a proper good time. Well, listen, when we get home from the pig farm, right, we'll come up with a plan. We'll get that money for Mum's operation.
Right. All right. Well.
All right. Oh, we're almost
here.
here.
Here we are.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, give us a fag.
Right. You got light?
Yeah, I got a lot.
All right.
All right. Kip the Snip got free black. Extremely awful. Whatever you care about is gone. That's for sure. And you're probably also missing a tooth.
My name is Buck Narwhal, and yes, I did get a white 3, which is shameful. You are the toast of the town. If by toast you mean laughing stock, and by town you mean the entire fucking world.
Okay. I also got 3 white, which is shameful. Same thing. Toast to the town. And by toast, we mean laughing. Everyone laughing at you. And laughing stock of the entire fucking world.
There you got it.
Thanks, Buck.
Mazel tov.
You fuck.
Mazel tov.
Don't.
Here we go, guys. All right.
Tommy Muggles O'Sullivan got promising. To you, anyway. There's a light at the end of the tunnel if you can just soldier on through the grind. You may be worse for the wear, but next time you'll be totally different.
All right, so this is Kip the Snip Grindle. He never realised that his fucking nickname would be so appropriate when he got his fingers and his ear snipped off. He's laying in the hayloft of his grandmother's pig farm. He's losing a lot of blood.
Oi. That's what they say here a lot is oi. Oi. After murdering my British handler, I marched my ass straight back to the ferry, hoping that the ferry could take me back to the US of A.
This is Dame Mary Jane climbing down the ladder from the hayloft to discover the dead body of her former lover, Stamford Grindle.
Tommy Muggles O'Sullivan, slashed in the face, bleeding pretty bad, watching his formerly asshole, now beloved stepbrother Kip the Snip Grendel slowly bleeding to death.
This is Kip. Dame Mary Jane, when she cut off the second finger, managed to slip a little bit and fray the ropes around his wrist. He gets his wrist free and he starts to crawl towards the edge of the hayloft.
Well, hey, howdy. This is Buck Narwhal. It turns out there are no ferries to the United States of America. So I done booked myself passage on a cattle boat. Because apparently that's still some shit we do. We ship cattle. I mean, if you're ignorant in terms of current world politics, Bob Morsh, mad cow disease is a real thing. And so we need to ship our bovines from here in God's United States of America over to the soiled pants, limp-wristed, pinky-pointing United Kingdom. Just kidding, listeners there. I love you.
This is Dame Mary Jane, crying mostly hysterically over the dead body of my beloved Stanford. And as I'm crying, there are the sound of sirens increasing in the background.
British.
Tommy Muggles O'Sullivan here, seeing his beloved stepbrother, half-brother, Kip the Skip, working his way towards the side of the hayloft, crawling alongside right next to him in a sign of fraternity, but like real fraternity, not that bullshit keg stand crap. You know what I'm talking about.
This is Kip the Snip. I've lost a lot of blood, and I'm starting to see double. I see two edges of the hayloft, and I'll reach for the one I think is the right one.
This is Buck Narwhal. I got on that there cattle boat and found out it wasn't a cattle boat. I found myself on board a cattle boat with approximately 275 of the finest Ukrainian prostitutes you've ever seen in your entire life. So many Svelgas and Schmelgas and Ulgas and Olgas that it would boggle the mind. Weird teeth, pronounced brows, blonde hair, and, well, I'll leave the rest to your imagination.
This is Dame Mary Jane leaning over a dead body of a police officer as more police bust into the barn. There's a lot of yelling. There's a lot of confusion. And in my attempt to surrender, all they see are my bloody hands and a knife.
Tommy Muggles O'Sullivan gets taken by a bobby, put in the back of a paddy wagon, being driven out to the side of town. But as they're driving along, a stag jumps out in front, veers over to the side, crashes into the fucking tree, and all the police officers die. And he beat the shit up. I don't know.
Oh, this is the Snip. I reached for the edge of the hayloft to steady myself so I can swing my leg over to the ladder. But I picked the wrong one. And I go tumbling off the edge right onto a fucking pitchfork. Ah.
Guys, let me tell you a story about how I was knee-deep in 14 different Ukrainian prostitutes when the goddamn Coast Guard showed up. They weren't even impressed by the name Narwhal. As I tried to explain to them that I had booked legal passage on this boat of sex traffic, they looked at me like a common criminal. And I realized that And I'm about to be deep now, so gather your britches. Because I'm going to get deep. Sometimes a badge isn't something that we wear for honor. It's something that we wear for protection from our true selves. I don't know. That actually sounded like some bullshit. I was just fucking some Ukrainian prostitutes and got busted. Let's be honest with our lives, fools. I'd do that shit again in a
It sounds
second.
exactly like something Rusty Cole from True Detective would say.
Oh, I'm just gonna die. This is Dame Mary. This is Dame Mary Jane, bloody knife in hand, being filled with bullet holes. There we go. By local cops for exactly. It's exactly. So this is Dame Mary Jane dying over the body of her deceased lover who has trapped her there for so long.
Broken, battered, beat up, generally had a shitty day. Tommy O'Sullivan crawls from the twisted burning wreckage that is the paddy wagon and finds himself a tiny little village on the edge of fucking, I don't know, Narnia or whatever it fucking exists. In the yeah. Yeah. And just lives out his days as a crazy old fugitive who was like, hey, let me tell you something. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs.
It doesn't end well.
You'll find yourself in a forest with a fowl.
Yeah. Crime doesn't pay.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey.
That is the moral of our story. All right. I am Bob Morsch.
It's your brother in Jesus, Jonathan Markheim.
This is Sarah Ziak.
And this is Red Webster.
And that was The Tilt, a Fiasco podcast. We'll see you next week. Well, boys and girls, that's our story for this week. We hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as we enjoyed making it for you. If you enjoyed this game and would like to play your own game of Fiasco, why not head over to bullypulpitgames.com and learn more about it? Or head to your local game shop and buy your own copy of the rulebook. You can follow this show on Twitter @TiltPodcast or on our Facebook page. If you'd like to send us an email, you can do that to the address tiltpod@gmail.com. The Tilt, a Fiasco podcast, is a Dr. Bob Media production. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next Wednesday.